In this video, we continue to classify nouns and verbs by their functions. We're going to add linking verbs and subject complements and keep reviewing the other types. So here we might see new subject complements, which can be nouns, adjectives, or pronouns. Those go with linking verbs. We'll look back at transitive action verbs, which go with direct objects, intransitive action verbs that have no direct object, helping verbs that go along with main verbs, and objects of prepositions and subjects. Here's a comparison of action verbs versus linking verbs. On the left, John does something. On the right, we describe John. On the left, the squirrel does something. On the right, we describe a state of being. And that's what these really all are. You can either say John equals sad, Pat equals a pilot, the airplane equals stable, Amelia equals bored, those equal mine. It kind of works in this situation too. The squirrel equals good. Breaks down a little bit. That trick works most of the time. You're describing the subject. It's more like a state of being. No action is occurring. So a more formal definition of linking verbs: they don't show action. They connect the subject of the verb to more information about the subject. Louisa is a student. The class seems interesting. And here's a pretty complete list, but remember that these sensory ones in particular can be action verbs depending on context. That's the difference between someone looking good and looking around. So here's a common sentence structure. We have a subject, a linking verb, and a subject complement. The sun is a sphere. The food was hers. Time is elusive. Notice this subject complement will always be paired with a linking verb in the same way that direct objects are always paired with action verbs, specifically transitive action verbs, and these subject complements can either be nouns, pronouns, or adjectives. We can still use helping verbs. Change it to the sun has been a sphere, the food will be mine, time can be elusive, these being the helping verbs. Let's classify a few sentences. The subject, snow, fell, that's an intransitive action verb, on the driveway. Driveway is the object of that preposition. Uma, the subject, walked, that's a transitive action verb, her dog. Walked what, or walked who? Her dog. She is the subject. Was is a linking verb, and teacher is the subject complement. Specifically here, it's a noun. And 10 years, or for 10 years, that's the object of this preposition. Alex looked happy. Subject, linking verb, and this is the subject complement, and it's an adjective. Alex equaled happy in the same way that she equals a teacher. But one is a noun, and the other is an adjective. Ava looked at the painting, this time is an action verb. And it's intransitive because looked what or looked who? We don't have a noun to answer that question. Painting here is the object of this preposition at. Todd smells great after a shower. Todd is the subject. Smells is a linking verb. Great is the subject complement, and it's an adjective. Shower here is the object of this preposition. Let's try a few more. We have a subject. Now we're adding helping verbs. Here it's still, well, this time cover the car is a transitive action verb, car being the direct object. Uma should have walked her dog. A couple of helping verbs there. She has been a teacher for 10 years. The only difference here is we included the helping verb has, which changed the form of the linking verb. Alex looked, that's a linking verb, very happy. So the trick is there might be some modifiers in front of our subject complement, but it's still the word happy, not the word very. Ava looked, and this is an intransitive action verb, at the paintings and murals. So there are two objects for this same preposition here. Todd should being a helping verb, always being an adverb, we ignore that, and smell being a linking verb. Great is the subject complement, and it's an adjective. After a shower, that's the object of this preposition.